I don't want to wear my hair up all the time just because my younger sister ruined hers. My younger sister has been dyeing her hair platinum blonde. We are Asian and have dark black hair. The constant bleaching and touch-ups ruined it. As time went on, it got shorter and shorter because of the damage and it breaking off. When the breakage started, she began getting extensions put in to compensate, and that just made it worse. Eventually, he had to cut all the blonde off because of the breakage and her hair falling out. Her hair black again, but it is only an inch long now. My younger brother had a hair that was a little bit longer than that, but he now has a buzz cut at the request of our sister and parents. So does my father. Both of my grandfathers are bald, but both of my grandmothers and my mother have been wearing their hair up in buns that are tucked under at the nape, giving the appearance of short hair. My sister and my parents told me I have to wear it like that too until her hair is back to how it was before she started dyeing it, even though that will be 3 to 4 years from now. I don't want to spend time putting my hair in a style I don't even like just because my sister ruined her own. My sister and parents told me to stop being selfish, but I still don't want to. Am I wrong for asking my friend to please Venmo me back after I gave him money for a plane home? My friend, 20-year-old male, and I, 19-year-old female, both go to school in the US, but we are both in a foreign country in Europe to gain work experience. The internship is unpaid, but the school provided a small stipend to pay rent for those with financial need. My friend and I both got the stipend. We have a week and a half left here. My friend suddenly told me he needs to fly to Austria to see his mother. He's a citizen of Austria, but our school is in the US, because she's sick. She had cancer in the past, and he said they think it might have come back. He has no more stipend money, so he asked me to loan him $110 for the plane. I found out he's actually in Paris with his girlfriend. My other friend showed me his private Instagram story. His mom is fine. I got upset at him since he deceived me, and he admitted it and said, "But you wouldn't have given me the money if I told you the truth." I said he needs to give me back the money so I can eat, because I'm stuck here another week with basically no money for food. He is ignoring me now, and my other friends are saying it's warranted because of my harsh words for him. I literally have like $15 to eat for a week and a half. I need the money so I don't starve alone in a foreign country, but they're acting like I'm being an unreasonable person for demanding it, and he isn't answering. Am I wrong for not wanting my potential future child to learn 3 languages when my other kids only know 1? I am from California, but I am an expat and have been living in Germany for the past 15 years. I am a 35-year-old male. I have 2 kids from my first marriage, a 15-year-old female and a 10-year-old male. They live with their mother in California. I don't have full custody, and they visit me for summer. I have a girlfriend, Lena, 32, and we've been together for a few years. She's also an immigrant from another country. We've been talking potential future children, and she said that she would want to teach them 3 languages from the very beginning, that it would be beneficial for them, etc. I asked how she wanted to do it, and she said that I would speak to the child in English, she would speak to the child in her native tongue, and the child would pick up German from surroundings, kindergarten, babysitter, etc. I told her it's a ridiculous plan and it would just confuse the child, and she argued that on the contrary, stability is key, hence 1 parent, 1 language. Apparently, it's a known method. I told her that it's not something I would be comfortable with because it's confusing for a child, it's a lot of effort. The child would speak languages I don't understand. I admit, I don't speak German nor my wife's native language, and that the child would have harder time bonding with their half-sibling. That it would be unfair to my other kids who only speak 1 language, and they would feel excluded when they come over because the house would have too many languages for them to feel comfortable. She asked me if I was being serious about all of this, and I told her that of course I was. And she did something that I didn't expect she would do. She told me that she should have known better when I told her I haven't learned German, and she should have expected that. She said she needed time to think and went to her apartment. I am only trying to think of all my kids, and I don't think that I did anything wrong here. I genuinely thought I was right, but her reaction took me by surprise, and I don't know anymore. Am I really wrong for not wanting my potential child to learn more than one language? My boyfriend's coworker asked him, "Who's the fatty?" I, 26-year-old female, am overweight, have been a large part of my life. I try losing weight, but life typically happens, and I'm not able to get to a gym, diet stop working, I hit my plateau, etc. My last weight loss journey, I had lost close to 50 pounds, almost at my first major goal of being under 200, but as I started working more and my boyfriend and I got a puppy that I mainly care for, I stopped having time for the gym, and it's not really in the budget to have a membership. So unfortunately, I have put most of this weight back on. Anyway, the beginning of the month I had a day off and my boyfriend, 23, got a call for a heavy tow and asked me if I'd like to go. I agreed, and we went to this shop to pick up the truck. I waited in his car while he moved around the trucks to get to the one he needed. Once it was out, I turned off the car and got in the truck with him. Well, the other night, my BF and I got into a fight about something stupid, and he decided to yell that a few days after I went on a call with him, a coworker of his had asked him who the fatty with him had been. He said it made him feel like crap because he couldn't even say anything about it because it's true and I'm disgusting and don't take care of myself. Honestly, I have a feeling he probably didn't even tell the guy I was his girlfriend because he was ashamed, but I'm not sure. I'm the same size I was when we first got together 4 years ago. He's told me he wants me to lose the weight but always insists it's because he's afraid of losing me early from heart disease or something else that my weight could increase the chances of. However, each time I have lost a good amount of weight and someone would mention how good I look, he would look at me, grimace, and say how he doesn't see a difference. Of course, hearing comments like that from him makes me lose any ambition. I have to keep working on losing weight, and then he gets angry with me. I don't know why his coworker asking him that put me into a new spiral of depression, but it did. Maybe it's the fact my boyfriend only mentioned it because he was mad about something small, so he decided to throw something in my face to make me feel bad. Landlord wants a new roof. Let's go back 2 years. My wife and I were looking for a rental and got referred to a house that was for sale, but the owner was open to renting the house out. He gives us a quick tour and tells us 2 prices, a lower price and a higher price, which includes a stove and refrigerator. He eventually failed to provide us the appliances, but still kept the higher price. He also mentioned that he lived in a house behind us. Apparently, both houses share a water line, and to save us trouble, he would pay for the water bill. Keep this in mind. The first year of renting went smoothly. After our contract ended, we decided to stay another year. This is where things started to go downhill. We started to see how manipulative he really was. He wouldn't get us a yearly contract, but would do a month-to-month agreement, promising he wouldn't kick us out. He kept our deposit and continued to charge us the higher price. Never fixed our leaky hot water pipe, but asked us to close it. He would threaten to sell the house, telling us to not be alarmed if we see a for sale sign outside. He did this for another year, so we would always be worried whether or not this would be our last month or not. So, my wife and I hatched a wonderful idea. He's wanting to sell, why not buy it? We're already living in one of the houses. We ask him what he wants for both homes. He wants $150,000. What a steal. But there's a catch. He's afraid his home won't appraise for the sale price because he needs a new roof and wants us to pay for it. Red flag number 1. We tell him, get it in writing and lower your asking price. He gets a lawyer to write him a contract and conveniently leaves out that he would reimburse us if our deal falls through, plus he can back out whenever he wants. Red flag number 2. Finally, one day while talking he slips up and tells us he owes 2 years' worth of house taxes, so if he did sell to us we would have ended up paying for those. Red flag number 3. Revenge. After months of going back and forth and the deal falling apart, we find a house and close within a month. We stopped up keeping the rental, turned on the leaky hot water pipe and are leaving with a 1-day notice and will be turning in our keys instead of handing him money. He tried to screw us and now he's got to fix his walls, his pipes, and will not be making money since the house will stay empty. That's it for today's story time. Enjoy the rest of the video.